My in-laws bought me a Fiat, and that somehow led to finding out my husband had not only an affair, but a whole other family. My husband, male 38, and I, female 36, have been together since high school. We have 2 daughters, 16-yo and 14-yo, and 3 dogs. I work from home. He drives a truck for trips that last up to a week, then comes home, spends a couple of days, then gets back on the road. This hasn't been so much of a problem since the pandemic when the company I work for, like many others, switched to the home office model. Even after we were able to go back to the office, I decided to keep working from home so I could be around the kids, and honestly, without so many unnecessary meetings and interactions, I could get my work done faster. I even started taking small marketing jobs on the side. The way we manage finances at home is we split all bills and expenses in half, and each gets to keep their money. Yes, we have a couple shared savings accounts for emergencies, family trips, etc. But other than putting in our share, we don't really bother asking the other what we do with our money. It wasn't always like this, but it has been for a long time, and I always thought that's just how our relationship progressed. Since it wasn't really an inconvenience, I thought we were just 2 very independent individuals, and our relationship works, so why think about it too deep, right? Well, for the last year, my in-laws have been asking how my new electric car has been working out for me. At first, I had only wonderful reviews, but later I started noticing some inconveniences and I shared them when they asked. I told them about needing to pay a subscription to use the navigating system, and at some point, even the radio. I told them about the system updates taking very long and the car staying locked for the entire process. Also joked about needing to either park in the living room or moving the router to the garage for better Wi-Fi. Anyways, my sweet in-laws worried I might need a Reliant backup vehicle just in case. 2 weeks ago, they showed up in front of my house with a cute little Fiat, used but perfectly functional. I could tell they worried I wouldn't want to take such a gift because the first thing my father-in-law mentioned is how cheap it was, a bargain he couldn't pass. Such sweet gestures from them, always worrying about my girls and I being safe while their son is away, always melt my heart. They've always been there looking out for us. I could never refuse. So I said thank you and took them for a ride. Anyways, I have always lived for the flair. Every single vehicle I have owned has gotten a pink or purple paint job or been covered in stickers. Call me tacky or whatever, I don't care. It brings me joy. So as soon as we got the keys to this cute little thing, my girls and I were off to get it wrapped. We got a smoky lavender wrap that sparks just a little in the sun. When my eldest saw it, she said, "It's beautiful," like the millennial I am. I said, "Like diamonds." So we knew what was next, bumper stickers. This is the Raffair partner of a Keller Bella. Hold on tight, spider monkey, and my favorite, is she even Italian? Get it? Lowell. Anyways, if you're still here, even after cringing, let me tell you about the absolute meltdown my husband had when he saw the car. Something neither of us had ever seen before. And he has seen every vehicle I have owned my entire life. What was wrong? Well, that was fine when the cars were mine, but this one was purchased by his parents, so technically it was his. I told him they bought it for me, gifted it to me, the title was in my name. He said then it was ours. I said, okay, I could understand that logic, I guess, but then still. Why the meltdown? He said the car lost its resale value with everything I did to it. I said, okay, it's a wrap. Also, no one is selling it, so what? He said he already had a buyer, and we needed the money. Need the money? For what? As far as I know, we're doing okay. Even if he told me he lost his job that very day, I have a job, some work on the side, and we have savings. We are doing okay given the current political climate and all that. What could be so bad that he needs to sell a car we didn't have until 2 weeks ago and never told me about it? Well, folks, it wasn't a buyer. It was his other wife, no kidding. He won't call her a mistress. She stalks us on social media and was tired of the favoritism. So she threatened to tell everyone the truth unless he gave her the car. Why? Because his parents have never met her, and she has never gotten anything from them like I have. Favoritism? Lady, we didn't even know you existed. I learned they have a child too, but I will not be talking about the child since it is not his fault, so I will keep him out of this. In the end, me refusing to sell the car and my kids posting it on social media made her come out and DM us everything about their relationship with receipts and all. And I would say I'm still processing, but I'm not. I'm numb. Honestly, just posting to make sure it's not a dream. I feel angry, heartbroken, stupid. I question how I've lived so long without noticing or even suspecting anything. And all I can actually do is laugh while I cry real ugly. Still don't know what to do first. Lawyer, therapist, in-laws. Do I even get to talk to them about this? He is their son, and they have a grandchild they didn't know about. I can't ask them to take my side even if there's a possibility they would. Am I even allowed? My girls are devastated too. Our family, our lives, everything is upside down. It feels unreal. And it all started with a little kawaii fiat. Update 1 day later. Took care of our savings accounts this morning, moved half of our emergency fund first. When I got to the savings we have for leisure, vacations, etc., he had already taken his half. Probably thought I would empty it and decided to make the first move. At least he only took half. I didn't touch the college savings accounts we have for our girls. There's penalties for withdrawal and other stuff to consider. I did print a statement to prove the amounts as of today in case he does anything. Had meetings with 2 different lawyers and explained the situation. Both were very professional and reassuring. I will be contacting the one I chose later this afternoon to provide bank statements and other stuff. Called my brother and told him what is going on. Wish I could say it was like in the movies where they drop everything and get on the first plane, but this is real life and he can't do that. He promised to stay in touch every day. Yesterday, my best friend took over my phone so she could reply to the other woman. Seriously don't know what to call her in this situation. Anyways, I wasn't in the mood, but my friend said we must ask all the questions now that she is willing to talk. Once he gets on the road, he'll probably make her his first stop and convince her not to say any more. So she asked all the questions. So here it is. They met 7 years ago after she separated from the father of her first child. They started dating. He didn't interact with her son at first, but he paid for the babysitter so they could go on dates. The pregnancy wasn't planned. When she revealed the pregnancy, he revealed he was married. She said she would ask for child support. He didn't want that because I would find out, so he offered financial support and to stick around. He moved her out of her 1-bedroom to a 2-bedroom apartment. They have moved twice since. Her family doesn't know about the situation. They think he is a very discreet person, not into social media. She was okay with their arrangement at first, but she did draw comparisons about us living in a house while they live in an apartment. And I bought a new car a little over a year ago, while he got her a used one. I bought my own car BTW, so whatever little amount he spent on hers, he didn't spend on mine, so I should be the one upset here. Our mortgage is still on for another 2 years, so he promised once the house is paid for, they can look for a better place. Good luck with that. We could only afford this house because at the time we bought it, he was in the military and got help getting the credit approved so he could live in the area. Prices weren't as high as they are now. This place wasn't yet gentrified, and also, I've been paying my half too. So when she saw that my girls got concert tickets and his parents gave me a backup car, she felt wronged by him. She didn't mean to actually tell us at first, but seeing him ignore her warning made her actually want to spill the tea. She said she knows it's wrong that she lurked on social media, but she couldn't help it. I guess we got a lot of evidence from her. Everything is saved and conversation is exported. I called my in-laws. They're coming over for dinner. I still don't know how I'll bring it up. I guess just rip it off like a Band-Aid. That is all. Maybe too little, maybe a lot. My best friend said things are falling into place, but all I see is everything we've built crumbling. Thank you all for your thoughtful advice. Next step is probably going to be getting us some therapy and to stay on top of the legal stuff. Final update 2 days later. Talked to the in-laws. They were shocked. My mother-in-law had a harder time believing it was real. It's not like she called me a liar, she just kept on reciting my sentences back to me as a question. Like she couldn't make sense of it. I don't blame her. Father-in-law was the first to start reproaching his behavior and the way she did things. The fact that she contacted the girls made him so upset I worried for his health. After I told them how everything went down, the fight over the car, her contacting us, him leaving to a motel, etc., I told them about the info I gathered from her. How long it's been going on, where they live, all that. They were honest. They told me my girls and I will always be their family. They understand there's no going back from this. They would never advise me to try to work it out. They said I have their support in everything regarding this situation, our divorce, that I could rely on them for anything I need. But they also were clear that at the end of the day, he is their son, so as disappointed as they are in him and don't even want to see him right now, they can't lie and say they'll cut him off. That he is their son, and they hope I can understand that they won't disown him. As for the other grandson, they haven't met him in almost 7 years. They can wait until our separation is final. They don't want contact with the other woman. Even if one day they get to meet the boy, what she did, messing with someone else's children is unforgivable in their books. They said they'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. But as of now, they won't create more conflict. Also for my girls, they want them to know their grandparents will always be on their side. I feel very grateful to them. I can't say I'll be relying on them as much as I used to, but we won't become strangers either. I can understand them not cutting off their son, and I appreciate their honesty because they didn't lie to me about kicking him to the curb only for me to find out he's moving in with them or something. Also on a second note, some of you mentioned getting STD tests. On it. Already booked an appointment. Although this may be too much information, we've used protection for the last 8 years. And guys, I think he gaslit me into thinking it was for me. See, I had some issues with birth control, and at some point a very caring husband, said since he isn't home most of the time, it wasn't fair for me to be the one pumping all those hormones into my body. He could be the one to use protection, not a vasectomy because we were too young and we might want another baby later though. I really felt so cherished. Thinking of the timeline, that's probably when he thought of cheating, and that was the best way for me to not find out. Anyways, I will be getting tested, but it is kind of funny how when the drain gets unclogged, all the shit comes out. What do you guys think? Let's discuss in the comments. Follow and like for more stories.